the physical honest truth is it costs more money when you're less attractive.
I just feel like this is nothing new. This has been going on since society. Rich people and good-looking people get away with things. A good-looking woman gonna get, like, a woman that's unfortunate looking gonna have to work a lot harder than a pretty woman. A pretty woman might walk outside, like just walk outside, and a rich man find her, then boom, her struggle is over.
But what makes you a pretty woman?
I'm doing a Danny finger. I'm doing a Danny finger. All right. So I do want to add on to what Danny said. This is why I felt like women was so big on, and y'all gonna be mad at me, I don't care. They're going so big on getting degrees and having money because you don't have the looks, so you had to compensate it in another way.
To add on
You have to get the nice car, sweetie. You have to get the nice house. You have to dress in designer all the time because you're not here. Like, it's just not there for you. So one guy said it. He was like, why do women think what make you a high value female is, oh, I got 4 degrees. Oh, I drive a Benz. Oh, I got a nice house. He was like, that don't make you a high value female because you will still get cheated on with the bitch that's in the projects with her mother. You still, like, he will still pick her and build her up to put her on your level if she can be. You understand? So it's just like, it's true. It's like some women, they feel like the money, the degrees and stuff like that, it's overcompensated. Like it's trying to replace their looks and it's not. When you got women that, it helps. What happens when you next to Erin that got degrees and a good job too? Like, what are you doing now?
No, listen. I was about to say, I'm about to let you talk. I just wanted to just throw that in there. Ladies, you educated sisters who got their thing together, it always helps. Do not get nothing twisted about that. But if you are not more fair seeming, right, to another woman that is more, according to society, is attractive with the same degrees, obviously, right? But hold on, let her go because she's supposed to have one.
To add on to both of your points, like, beauty is subjective. Like, it's in the eye of the beholder. So, like, to me, you might be beautiful, but to someone else, you're like, that's all you can have them. I don't really feel attracted to that. And it also relates to, I believe it's called like the golden rule. Like the more symmetrical your face is or like the way your nose is built, that's kind of like raises the bar as to beauty goes. That's how, I guess, mostly another kind of race would be related to like a standard, regular, high standard of beauty. But it might not be what you like. It's just like what society values as beautiful based on like the golden rule. And also to add on to like the first point that we were talking about, money and how much people make based on how they look. It is true. Like in society, if you are taller, like let's say someone who's 5 feet, a male who's 5 feet versus a male who's 6'2", even though they do the same job, the male that's 6'2" will have a higher salary or a higher hourly rate than the person who's 5 feet.
I'm 6'6", I'm 6'6", and either I'm the most unluckiest person in the world, or I don't know. Listen, maybe I'm just exception to the rule. But another caveat before we moving on, because you're gonna get your turn again. I'm gonna host this thing today. Listen, right? So, but another caveat before we move on to, because we want to hear Aaron and Natasha, right? Your point of view. Beautiful, and being pretty is 2 different things. Right. Everyone has some type of is beautiful in their own way, and yes, to the eye of the beholder. But now, pretty is something totally different. You see somebody immediately, as Rico said, something that's universal. No, this damn thing is right here. It's pretty, right? Or somebody might have sex appeal. Another woman or a man might not have sex appeal. All of that varies depending on the individual.
Can I say one thing before you go? But I feel like your looks, you know how you said, okay, a degree is very important too. Your looks is very important in the workplace too. Like, I got a degree in accounting. I went and got a job. I didn't know anything about accounting. I barely stayed in class. I only graduated because boys was doing my homework. But I went to the job. The guy looked at me. He was like, "Oh wow, you look very beautiful." He gave me the job. I got fired in 2 weeks. But I got the job just because the way I look. He knew I couldn't do the job. So why even hire me?
Mm-hmm.
You just said it.
Because
That's what I'm saying. So your looks play everywhere you go. You might a man might hold a door for you. An ugly bitch might go through, boom, he let the door go. Nice. You know what I'm saying? But then he's seen a pretty girl, now he's opening the door. Nigga, you know you don't hold.
He running from across the street to open
to
that
open the door.
door.
You know you don't do that. You know you don't do things like that. And even with me, I don't even like hanging out on ugly girls because it's not beneficial for me. When I tell somebody I'm pulling up with 3 girls, they know I'm pulling up with 3 exotic, bad bitches, looking good women. So when you hang out with pretty female, you don't pay for nothing. Now, if I was hanging out with ugly girls, I would be paying for everything. And this is why when you see my thing, you see all my girls look, they probably look better than me. And that's what I want. I'm not trying to suffer.
Let's go there. And that's Danny, good point.
Yeah, that's the end of it.
No, listen, for real. Like, Danny knelt that thing.
Yeah, no, with a capital N. I just wanted to go back to what you were saying. It's not the golden rule, but it does have to do with symmetry. And that's like just the standard of like what our eyes see and what our eyes perceive and how the standard of beauty is created.
The less asymmetrical someone is, the uglier they are.
Yeah,
technically, yes.
Effectively, yeah.
What's asymmetrical for a person?
Not symmetrical.
Having more symmetry, you are more inclined to be.
What is symmetry?
Symmetry is where one thing is equal to the other on the opposite side.
You have one small eye and a big eye.
Right, you look
That's asymmetrical.
Yeah.
So
Like, I got a lazy eye. So, like me, I got a lazy eye.
Like certain things.
Man, wait a minute. Everybody has Google. If you don't know what symmetry is, I'm gonna need you to go to Google. But I want to say this: there's a downside to being pretty because if you're pretty and in certain situations, you will get discounted. And I'm not gonna lie, I've taken advantage of that. Like when I was in law school, I'll never forget. I was like, oh, I ain't really gotta say nothing, but I can get on law review. I can get all A's. I can do this, that, and the other. I used to sit in class on the computer buying clothes. Like I wouldn't listen to no lectures. People didn't know that I was smart. Cause I stopped raising my hand. I would ask questions here and there, but I stopped raising my hand. I stopped paying attention. I wouldn't go to class early, on time, none of that. Cause I was bringing the bar down. But then it come around, oh, Dean's List, oh, law review, oh, this journal. They was like, damn, we know Aaron had no sense. Yeah, I might sound country. I might not raise my hand. I might sound crazy as hell, but the fact that I was cute, people didn't really expect nothing from me. So I took advantage of it. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't call it manipulation, but I think it's another way.
It's manipulation.
Whatever. But I think it's another way that you can use your looks for your benefit, even if it's not like the glammed up or the glamorous side of using your looks. Should you wear a heart on your sleeve? I'm gonna go with a hard no. At the end of the day, when you wear your heart on your sleeve, you open yourself up to heartbreak, to disappointment, to getting messed over, to being taken advantage of, to being manipulated, all of X, Y, and Z, all of the above. So I'm gonna go with, this is about self-preservation, this is about looking out for yourself, and this is about taking care of you. So when your heart is on your sleeve, somebody gonna mess you over, period. And I think it is in your best, or in one's best interest, to avoid doing so. You can still care for somebody, you can still show emotion, you can still feel a certain way, you can still fall in love. But I think that you have a propensity to just like get done wrong when you wear your heart on your sleeve. When you show I think wearing your heart on your sleeve is like showing all your cards. If we sitting here playing Uno and I see all your cards, I'm gonna know exactly how to play you. I'm gonna know exactly how to react to you. I'm gonna know exactly how to manipulate you. I'm gonna know exactly how to move.
But that's what people that doesn't have good intentions.
Right.
No, but I'm saying, but knowing how to move is not necessarily manipulation, but I think that you're easily taken advantage of and easily hurt.
I used to wear my heart on my sleeve.
I feel like you should.
I feel like I used to, and let me tell you something, me changing that saved me so many headaches. Oh my God.
What I say?
Yo, when I actually take my time to get to know people and realize that a lot of what men say is gas, and they will gas you the fuck up. They'll use 93, all right? On your ass. They will fucking gas you up. Now I be sitting there, one guy was like, yo, I sent you flowers to your crib, da da da. I'm like, yeah, all right. So 10 o'clock come, I'm like, yeah, nigga, your flowers never came on. Yo, I'm in and out the house. I'm not even paying on mine. He's like, oh, they said they was delivered. I said, so I'm talking to my homeboy. He's like, damn, I'm gonna use that one. He was like, because how the fuck you gonna send flowers to somebody's house and you not tracking it? He was like, I done sent shit to bitches' house and I'm tracking it. And when it says delivered, I'll be like, yo, shorty, you got it? Well, I sent you, da da da. So I'm like, that was a way to like gas it. Like he thought he was doing something. I'm like, nigga, I'm not stupid. Like that.
But you
that goes
used
with,
to though. You used to wear your heart in your
that
sleeve.
goes with fucking with people just off the potential of what they do or what they say. So now that I'm not going all into people anymore like that, I literally see past the bullshit. When guys be talking and stuff, I be like, But there's some girls that fall for that.
Oh, yeah.
Because y'all have a cute little vibe and a cute couple of dates, they be like, oh my God. And then you start cutting off other guys you're dating for this one vibe or whatever because he's a little more consistent. No.
I think you should though.
I'm with this one. I'm with this one, texting, when the link this one, right after the, I'm not playing that.
But now you know though. Now you know though.
I see, right, but that's because I just choose. I'm a very affectionate person. I'm a very loving person. I love love. But my thing is, I want something that's worthy. So I'm going to... I'm going to take my time. You feel me? I'm going to be guarded. I'm going to be guarded at first because people will literally tell you whatever. And sometimes they will almost do whatever to get what they want from you. And it's not always love.
Because they see your card.
I think you should wear your heart on your sleeve.
Wow.
I think because I feel like you learn from that. Like you grow from that and you learn from that and you like... You know what's up next, like the next time. So I feel like you should wear your heart on your sleeve. You should give it all. You should like, you know, all in. Till this moment, I still wear my heart on my sleeve. Like I feel like I'm a hopeless romantic, and I still wear my heart on my sleeve. I still like give it my all.
You're in love with the idea of love.
Yes, I'm in love with that idea, and I feel like. Till the day, like, I feel like right now, like, a guy tried to play me, he tried to do this, I'm ready. Okay, so my last relationship, I feel like I gave it my all. You know what I mean? I was all in. But I in a way, knew that he was not over his ex, in a way. So, no judgment, right? Or whatever, okay.
No judgment.
Right. So, I knew that he was not over his ex, but I still gave it my all. I feel like I had hope, whatever. I gave it everything I had, and he gave it everything he had. And in a way, I still ended up getting played. I still ended up, you know, sex in a relationship, met his family, he met my family, everything. Knowingly, I knew, literally, I'm the type of person that check phones, you know what I mean, or whatever. So don't judge me on that either. But yeah, I knew that he was not over his ex, and somehow, but I knew that he was trying to get over his ex, somehow, some way. But it didn't work out. It did not work out somehow.
So how you raised you?
He ended up with his ex. He literally, there was a way, I hate these fucking cameras, I'm gonna lie to you. But no, he ended up back with his ex, and yeah.
He tried to get over her by getting under you.
Yeah, I was literally the replay. I was the rebound. The rebound.
but, like,
I was the rebound, sorry.
Here's my thing, right? And if you ask me, should you wear your heart on the sleeve, I'm gonna tell you, be you. And that's the best part. Like, I don't like when people put up a fake front. If your heart is naturally on your sleeve and now all of a sudden you're a tough, strong person, you're still gonna get played. And when you get played, it's gonna hurt more because you thought you did everything right and you still failed. You know what I'm saying? If you don't wear your heart on your sleeve, you got a trouble not wearing your heart on your sleeve, don't play Prince Charming. No. Because you're not Prince Charming.
Can I ask you a question?
Through the whole thing, I knew every single thing.
Wait, can I ask you?
Y'all niggas be.
No. Can I ask you a question, Rico? So you're saying be yourself, and I agree with that. Yeah. But what about when we, in our whatever our relationships and whoever we deal with, we be like, you know what? That was a bad thing that I did. Like I got hurt, so I'm not gonna move that way anymore. So shouldn't we learn from these?
Nah, because
we know you learn from that.
Time out,
you
stop.
do learn from
the
that.
The thing is, y'all trying to talk about learning. Right? Wait, listen. It's not even about learning. It's about somebody loving you for who you are. If I wear my heart on my sleeve and you know all the cards that I'm playing, yeah, okay, you play me, that's your loss. The person that's gonna appreciate me is not gonna play me even though they know the cards that I have. And in the same way on the flip hand side, I'm a cold-hearted individual. I don't wear my heart on my sleeve. You know, feel what I'm saying? So a girl who, if I think and play Prince Charming, once we get into a relationship and then I get all cold, she's gonna be like, yo, I thought you was a sweet talker and all of this extra. I don't put up false expectations. I be myself from the beginning to the end. And if you are a hard lover, yes, you need to move smart. But that doesn't mean that you need to change how you are. There's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I personally feel.
I don't feel like you should wear your heart in your sleeve for everybody. Everybody you meet, you're already in love. And I know people like that. That's just retarded. You can't just fall in love with everybody.
No,
this is not a free gimmick.
Yeah, that's different.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's good to wear your love, like your heart in your sleeve for the right person if you feel like it's kind of worth it. Now, if you know it's worth it and you still holding back, now you fucking up. But like, you can't just meet somebody and already you just giving that person everything. Like, makes sense. You know, I feel like you shouldn't move to a different city just to please your partner. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't move to a different city if you feel like you're giving up too much. If you gotta give up your job, your family, your friends, and you feel like it doesn't make sense, you should not move. Because it's kind of like a lot of people, they move to a different city, not because they want to move, just to please. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't move just to please. You should think about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You should think about things that you want to do. Because a lot of times, people say like, a man will be like, let's move. You know, they're just trying to isolate you from your family. And they're just trying to control you. And they can't do that with you being next to your family and your friends. So they'd be like, let's go to Colorado. What are you doing in Colorado? Why are you going to leave a big city to a small city? It don't even make sense. Like, the whole move got to make sense. Like, you know, for me, I'm an entertainer. I'm not going to move to a small city with a man. Like, for what? I feel like you're trying to kill my dream. But if you're like, let's move to LA, he's going to be better for your career, for both of us. Let's move to Miami. Let's move to New York, Chicago. But if you be like, let's move to Minnesota, move where? What is this? I don't even know this as a state. You know, people leave Minnesota. People leave Minnesota to come to New York. They don't go from New York to go to Minnesota unless I'm like 50 years old and I'm like, you know what, I'm trying to settle down. And I'm, you know what I'm saying? It depends on your job, your profession. Right. You shouldn't move if you go somewhere. Let's just say you're a nurse and then where you going, there's not
That's one thing about being a nurse.
You know, but whatever, you gotta know what's worked for you in that moment. There's certain city you can find a job there. Now you moving to please somebody, and when you move there, guess what? You're gonna start resenting that person because you're like, damn, I done gave up all that, and now we're arguing. Now we're not saying eye to eye. It really gotta make sense when you move. Right. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of people they will move, and next thing you know, they're not together no more.
So you're basically saying when someone moves with another person, when you move to another city with your partner or for your partner, well, let me ask that too. Let's say you're in a long distance relationship. Are you moving to another city for this person? Because there's one thing when you're like, if me and Rico's together and we live in Jersey and he's like, yo, Nikki, let's move to Atlanta. And I'm like, all right, cool. But if Rico's already in Atlanta and he's coming back and forth, he's like, Nikki, yo, just move out here to Atlanta. Like, is that different or is it the same?
It gotta make sense. Let's just think you always been thinking about moving. You know what I'm saying? And who got more to lose? If Rico got more to lose, of course I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna come meet you there. If I got more to lose, he should be able to be like, yo, I'm gonna come in that way. You know what I'm saying? It's who got more to lose and doesn't make sense. And do you even trust that person? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want love so bad, they will get up. Like my friend did, they get up and go to the other side of where's the bunda fuck, just to end the relationship. For what?
I have a question. Let's get into real specific details on this topic. It's easy to say you would move, but would you move if you had to contribute towards the rent? So let's say you have a partner and he's like, hey, I live in LA. I want you to move in with me. By the way, you are gonna have to contribute to whatever the rent is. Maybe 20%, 30%.
Oh yeah, if he's at 10, 15%, we could do that.
I didn't say 10 or 15.
She said I gotta be the taxes.
Okay, 20%, we could
let's say his rent. Let's say he say the rent is $2,000. He's like, yo, I need you to throw like $700, $800 a month.
That's fair. 600.
No, he said 7 or 8. You said 6.
Like, we gotta bargain the whole thing.
But you would do that.
Yeah, like 6. I feel like honestly, even if I'm not paying rent, Like, let's just say he pays for everything. I will pay for the groceries and stuff like that. I'm not gonna help him and pay rent. But if I feel like me giving you $500-600 is not helping you pay the rent.
Yeah. My thing is, I don't like the fact that I feel like women are quick to move because a man is already taking care of everything. That's my pet peeve. It's like you could have okay lifestyle here, but I'm living somewhere else, and now I'm going to bring you in, and you think that you have to do less.
So if it's more beneficial for the woman, you say.
Yeah, I don't like that part.
Why should it not be beneficial for the woman?
I mean,
as a man, you can't ask a woman to come to your city, live in your house, and pick up everything that she has wherever she is and expect her to be paying anything.
All right, so let me ask you this question, right? Because a relationship is supposed to be reciprocal. So at that point, what are you there? Because I'm talking for a man that has options.
Are you picking up to go where she is?
Even if I did, the situation would still remain the same. I don't care if I come to you or you come to me. The situation is going to remain the same because you coming to my home, I don't know what else you would do besides the sex, but you have to be doing something else to contribute to my house.
But why does it matter though? Think about it.
Go ahead. So this is the thing. And this is my perspective because this is what I have lived. If you asking Aaron Campbell to move somewhere, shit need to be set up for me to move somewhere. I need somewhere to stay. Yeah, I'll find me a job. You know what I mean? Like that's only because I have a job where I'm at. You know what I mean? But you can't expect me to pick up all my good shit that I got going on, my friends, my family, my job, my investments, my this, that, and the other, and have me come and suffer in silence, you know what I'm saying, with no support system.
That sounds good, but like you gotta also be realistic because you're in a long distance relationship, which means that you love this person, which means that you are dedicating your life potentially to this person. It sounds good to say if I was a girlfriend, I don't expect any girlfriend to move anywhere for any man.
Right.
But you're talking about somebody you see as your husband. So if you see them as your husband, or somebody that could be your husband, you're willing to take certain sacrifices. So leaving your family and leaving your friends, even if it's in the same state, comes when you move in with your husband. So you're doing that regardless. So now my thing is...
No. If you stay in the same city, your parents live down the street.
Yeah, but like how often are you gonna be at your parents' house? Let's be realistic. You got work and you got a husband.
My mother-in-law lives a block from me. So we see my mother-in-law all the time.
You see your mother-in-law.
No, so that's what I'm saying.
That's your mother-in-law, not your mother.
Let me finish.
I'm just saying.
So the same way I can up and move to New York, which I have, my husband could have moved to Houston. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Could have moved to Houston and we would have been by my mama's house. We would have been by my daddy's house. We could see my siblings all the time. You understand what I'm saying? I think the person who is having someone move to them has to do a lot of soul searching and understand you got to step up and provide. You got to provide a house. You got to provide a car. You know what? When I moved here, I'm from Texas. We don't have 4 all-wheel drive vehicles. We buy rear-wheel rear-wheel driven vehicles. So you know what? I had to get a job here. I had to buy a car here. I had to have somewhere to live here. I had to do a whole bunch of shit here. So real talk, I don't want to hear shit. You need to make the shit nice and right for me when I get here. Period, point blank.
Why are you gonna add to my...
No, it ain't what sounds good.
Okay, so yeah, like hold on. That sounds very good, and I get that. But so you're trying to tell me, in a nutshell, because you're sacrificing what you have at home for something that you believe in, something that you love, something that you're willing to leave your family for, he has to paint the perfect picture. But realistically, you're not moving because he said so. You're moving because you want to. So what I'm trying to say is, don't try to paint what you want and your desires, what you're searching for, as a burden for him or an obligation for him to do more for you.
But you get what I'm saying?
That's my life.
I'm just saying.